So, obviously, the vegan teacher is very silly, very goofy. So she made a video 3 weeks ago called "Responding to Weird Animal Eaters in My Comments Section." Bro, it's so weird. So one of the comments is basically saying, see, plants, they do scream, but only animals like cats or dogs can hear them. Which is a very true point. Vegans are like, hey, don't be mean to animals, because they're living things too. Well, you know what? Plants are living things too, so don't eat them either. Just eat, air or dirt, perhaps. So the vegan teacher says, so this person is trying to compare cutting a carrot in half to cutting like a dog or a cat in half. She literally cannot be talking. Like, she actually cannot be talking because she consistently tries to compare animals being killed to the Holocaust. So she cannot be talking here. Like, actually cannot be talking. And then later, she says cows being shot in the head and then bleeding out and hurting. If you shoot a cow in the head, it's dead. All right, the entire nervous system is gone. She does not understand clearly how this science works. That's what happens with most animals like that. They get shot in the head, they're just dead. Like, that's just how science works. I guess she apparently doesn't seem to know that. I would really like to show clips of her video in this video, but I don't really know how to do that. But guys, trust me. I think it's very, very weird. So basically, this person in the comments said, yes, animal abuse and child abuse, they're bad. However, eating meat is not animal abuse. And she says, so you don't think taking a cow and shooting in the head and having it bleed out and die is animal abuse, which, like I explained, it's just dead. It doesn't bleed out and die then. Also, it's not animal abuse to eat food, because that's because he's saying if a tiger eats, or like a cheetah eats a gazelle, that's animal abuse. It has to eat. Like, humans have to eat too. We're omnivores. We are a species as omnivores. It's not good to just change our diet suddenly. All right? I'm not being an animal abuser. I'm just trying to survive. I'm trying to eat meat. And she even mentions this in a video where she talks about Mark Rober. We don't just eat meat. All right? I eat meat, but it's not the only thing I eat. I'm not a T-Rex. I'm like a grizzly bear. Like, I eat meat, but I also eat plants. So, like, it's just, I'm just trying to survive. It's just how humans have eaten. And it's not animal abuse just to eat. I mean, it's like saying it's plant abuse if an animal eats plants, because they're also alive. All right? She always talks about, in the dairy industry, how the male cows are killed, or with the chickens, how the baby chicks are killed, the male ones. So, obviously not every single one is killed, because you're still, like, well, I mean, they could just give it to the beef industry, the male cows, but also, I don't know if they do, but also, they still need the males, because if you kill all the males, then you're gonna run out of chickens and cows. Like, that's just how it works. So, they obviously don't kill every single male, because they still need them to be there. And, you're not stealing a cow's milk, guys, because cows, because I think she talks about stealing cow's milk in this video, because if you don't milk a cow, they'll actually have, like, utero problems, because they are bred to produce a lot of milk. So if only their baby feeds off the milk, they'll actually have problems, because they're made to produce so much milk. I think they can get, like, fungus or some sort of infection, because, like, too much moisture builds up in their udders, so it can be an actual problem for them. Also, she might talk about freeing animals here, I don't know for sure, but if we just stop eating animals, I guess if we took care of them, it's fine. But in the wild, these animals will have a bad time, because they are not bred to, like, just live in the wild. They're bred to be eaten. Like, I guess taking care of them on farms, but there is just not enough farm room, right? There's literally not enough room in the United States for all these animals. So, like, I'm just saying, and, like, we would have if every single person on the planet went vegan, we stopped eating animals. Like, look, vegans, I'm sorry to tell you this, but that would be really bad for the environment, because all these plants would die, because all these animals are eating plants. They're all eating plants. There's no humans to eat them. I mean, there's other creatures, but there's this huge surplus. And that'd be really bad. The wild cards taught me that. If everyone was an herbivore, no one would survive, because all the herbivores would eat plants. But yeah, like it's not like, oh, it's not animal abuse. They're just trying to survive. It's just how people live. Can't really like it can't really be considered stealing milk. Cows don't seem to mind. Like they can mind if they kick you, but most of the time they don't care. I don't know if she's seen like people milking cows. They don't care. Oh, later in the video, this person says, I feel so bad for her dog. All she eats is vegetables because her dog is vegan. Which, first of all, if you do that, don't do that, bro. Like, actually just let your dog eat what it's supposed to eat. They're, like, made to eat meat. Alright? She says, oh, my dog doesn't just eat vegetables. She eats a lot of vegan products in her kibble. Yeah, those vegan products are probably 80% vegetables. Like, I mean, maybe there's tofu in there. But that, like, they're probably mostly vegetables. And then she says, my dog's a good dog. There are squirrels that she sees. She doesn't go and try and eat them. Look, I've seen a dog. I forgot exactly what type of dog it is. Let me see, actually. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, she's not, like, she's a dog. Like, I'm sorry, but, I mean, most dogs are not catching up to a squirrel. I mean, maybe my dog probably is not the fastest dog, and he's kind of old now. He's like 7, 8 years old. But, like, he's not going to catch up to a squirrel. And then she says, my dog sees sheep. She didn't try to kill those. Have you ever seen a dog, especially, like, she doesn't have, like, a Great Dane or anything. It's just a regular dog. She would not go for sheep because I assume she's a good trained dog, like the vegan teacher thinks she is. So, obviously, she's not going to go for sheep. I mean, like, obviously, a dog doesn't try to hunt sheep down when it sees sheep. Like, it's so random. And, I mean, I guess she is well fed because obviously if the dog is well fed and taken care of like the vegan teacher says she is, and I'll take her word for it, then obviously the dog isn't going to go for sheep because she's fine. So yeah, I don't think you should have your dog be vegan, but honestly, I'll take her word for it that her dog's fine. She also talks about speciesism. It's the first form of racism. And in her description, she says, I believe in equality for all. Well, you clearly don't, because you seem to hate people who eat meat. So you clearly don't care about equality for all. And I mean, like, she always talks like, be nice to everyone. We eat plants. So you do eat living things too, vegan teacher. Sorry to tell you, but I mean, you do. So this person says, I think this person basically says, I like to eat meat. What did they say? They basically just say, like, I like to eat meat, you know. Yeah, I choose my own lifestyle. Leave me alone. Allow me to choose my own lifestyle. And the vegan teacher says, you can choose your own lifestyle. But why did you have to come onto my channel to comment it? Why did you have to make a YouTube channel in the first place? Like, you can live your own lifestyle as a vegan. But then why'd you make a YouTube channel about your whole lifestyle as a vegan? Like, she's so hypocritical in this video. Tons and tons of times. It's so goofy. Like, it's so goofy. It probably is rage bait. Honestly, I'm probably playing into your rage bait. That's fine, though, if I get internet beef. Because then it's internet beef. And now, see, vegan teacher, you are eating beef. She says, so this person says, she actually makes a good point, but she needs to be respectful to everyone. And this person says, she's saying I should be respectful to people who cut the heads off of those who don't want to die. You can tell she's salty. Yeah, and I guess I'm salty about her. I don't like this lady at all, okay? Like, are you going to say the exact same thing for when you see a bear go out and kill a deer? Hey, you shouldn't do that. The deer didn't want to die. Well, neither does the bear. And if he doesn't get that deer, he's going to die, all right? I guess I can survive, yeah, on vegetables, but it won't be as good. I'm a runner. I need that protein. You know, I'm trying to, like, I maybe don't lift weights as much. I'm trying to build some sort of muscle. I need that protein to help me build it. Unless I'm consuming tons and tons of vegetable matter, I need protein. I need to do good. I've seen her. She's a vegan. She looks like a stick bug who stands upright. All right? She clearly is not very healthy. And she is a vegan. When I was vegetarian, I wasn't vegan, but I was vegetarian, I was so grumpy. So irritable. She's like the same way. She's the most grumpy person I've seen on YouTube. So obviously, it might be kind of healthy to be vegan, but not mentally. You're going to be like, you know, no one's going to want to be friends with you, seriously. But when I was vegan, like, literally, I was so, like, I was angry at everything. and oh my gosh, I had like 4 friends. Right, I got like at least like 20 now. I mean, like I have I mean, maybe that's not that many, but for me, who's like in school, I think that's quite a bit. I have a lot more friends now, at least, and I can make friends a lot easier. I'm a lot nicer of a person. Trust me, guys. Trust me on this. So I mean, like she's so hypocritical in this video. It's so goofy. It's so goofy. So we're here with me 2 pieces of delicious salami. So a pig had to be killed for the salami to be made for me to eat. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. A million more pigs could die. If it means I get to eat delicious food like this every day, I'm fine. Go all the pigs. It's nature. That's how nature is. That is delicious. Vegan teacher, you invite a lot of people to be vegan. I invite you to eat meat. Because if you always want to tell people to completely change their eating style, go against everything that nature says, I invite you to go against your lifestyle and go towards what nature says so you may thrive as a species. Because this is just nature. Animals that have to eat other animals eat other animals. Humans still live in nature. Some people think we don't. We do. We just live in a different version of it. So yes, vegan teacher, I invite you to eat animals because, man, that salami, actually some of the best stuff I've ever had. Like, that's so good. That's what I gotta say. Vegan teacher, you're really weird.